The railway station was busy. Trains came and went often. A loud horn would sound. Then the hiss of brakes. People hurried. They carried bags. They looked at the big clock. The air smelled of diesel and old damp concrete. Sometimes a faint smell of coffee drifted from a small stall, but it never lingered for very long. It was a place of goodbyes and hellos, but mostly it felt like a place of just passing through, a temporary stop for everyone. Under a large old tree it was different. The tree stood near the end of platform 3. Its leaves were a deep green. They rustled in the slight breeze. The branches spread out wide. They made a cool, dark shadow on the ground. Some of the roots pushed up through the paving stones. They looked like strong, gnarled fingers. Birds sometimes sang in its higher branches, their tunes a stark contrast to the metallic screech of the trains. It was late afternoon. The sun was starting to go down. Long shadows stretched across the platform. The light turned golden, then a soft orange. Most of the morning rush was over. Now only a few people waited. They seemed tired from their day. The station announcer's voice echoed, calling out destinations that felt very far away. The day was winding down slowly, like an old clock. The man sat under the tree. He was always there. He watched the people. He watched the trains. He did not speak. He just sat. The world moved around him, but he stayed still, like the tree itself. He seemed a part of the station, yet completely separate from it. A quiet figure in a world of noise and motion, almost blending into the rough bark of the tree behind him. His clothes were old, the colour was faded. Perhaps they were once blue or maybe grey. Now they were just the colour of dust. He wore a thin jacket. Even when the sun was warm, his trousers were creased, his shoes were worn down at the heels. They had travelled many miles, those shoes, or perhaps they had just waited many years in one place, absorbing the grime of the platform. His face was hard to see. It was often in shadow. His hair was long and a bit wild. It fell over his eyes sometimes. His eyes. They were the strangest part. They looked at things, but they seemed to see something else. Something far away, or maybe nothing at all. A thin beard covered his chin, streaked with grey like the dust on his clothes. He sat very still for many hours. Sometimes he would lean back against the tree trunk. His hands rested in his lap. They did not move much. He did not read a paper. He did not look at a phone. He just sat and breathed. The world could spin around him, a blur of activity, but his centre remained calm or perhaps empty. He was a statue carved from patience and solitude. Sometimes he picked up a fallen leaf. He would turn it over and over in his fingers. He looked at its veins. He felt its dry texture. Then he would let it fall. The wind might take it, or it might land by his foot. He did not seem to notice either way. This small, repeated action was one of the few signs that he was truly there, interacting with the physical world in his own subtle way. What did he think about? Nobody knew. Maybe his mind was quiet, like an empty room, or maybe it was full of noise, like 1,000 radios playing different tunes. Perhaps thoughts drifted through like clouds, some dark, some light, never staying for long, just passing. He never spoke of them, so they remained his secret, locked away behind his distant gaze. He probably felt very alone. Even with so many people around, they were like ghosts to him, and he was a ghost to them. He was there, but not really there. A forgotten person, a shadow in the corner of their busy lives. This feeling of invisibility might have been a comfort, or it might have been a heavy weight. He gave no sign. He heard the trains. The rumble grew louder, then it faded away. He heard voices, people talking, laughing, arguing, but the words did not seem to connect. They were just sounds, like the wind in the leaves or the cooing of a pigeon. He did not react to the urgent calls for boarding, nor to the cheerful greetings of reuniting families. All sounds seemed to wash over him equally. Did he remember things? A different life? A time before the tree? Maybe. Sometimes his eyes would close for a moment. as if seeing a picture inside his head. Then they would open again, and he would stare at the platform, as if nothing had changed, as if the picture was gone. Or perhaps the picture was always there, playing on a loop behind his still expression. People walked past him. Many did not even see him. He was part of the scenery, like the old tree, or the faded paint on the station wall. Some might glance, a quick look, then they would hurry on. They had trains to catch, lives to live. He was not part of their journey. He was a fixed point they moved beyond. The trains came, doors opened, people got on, people got off, the trains left, new trains arrived. It was a constant flow, a river of metal and people. But the man under the tree did not move. He was the stone in the river. The water flowed around him. He remained. He watched the cycle repeat, day after day, the rhythm of the station, his only clock. The tree was his companion. Its leaves whispered secrets to him, or so it seemed. He felt its strong trunk against his back. It was solid, dependable. It had been there for a long time, just like him. Perhaps they understood each other, the silent man and the silent tree, both rooted in their own way to this small patch of earth. Where was his place in the world? Was it here, under this tree, at this busy, lonely station? Maybe he was lost, or maybe he was exactly where he needed to be, a quiet watcher, a still point, in a world that never stopped rushing. He was a question without an answer, a story without an end, just a man under a tree.